his family to understand that certain things.
Go back into what you were saying about the dating.
Fluid.
Being sexually fluid. But I did notice that with women, I'm more
aggressive,
compromising.
And more but why? Why do you feel like you're more compromising with women?
Because I think that I felt like I was threatened by men, and that comes from trauma. That comes from not understanding relationships. That comes from not trusting people or not knowing where to trust people.
So then, all of you, what is your idea of a healthy relationship?
Ooh. Oh, one by one. I need to hear everybody's thoughts on that one.
Healthy relationship. Good communication. Being honest with each other, building that trust. Damn. That's all I can think about right now. But definitely communication. Because I grew up with both my parents, and they're still married, but I feel like they had good communication, but it could have been done better with each other. Like, my father and I always talked about guys growing up. Me and my mom always talked about guys, but I feel like with them two, they could have communicated better with each other in the household. So I know moving forward, that's what I'm looking for. A good communicator.
Right.
You know?
To be a partner with you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think that, I don't know, I want to say that first, communication is very important.
Absolutely.
So you can't have a healthy relationship without
effective communication.
Right.
Yes, it has to make sense.
Right.
It can't be communication that's just random, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Just words being
facts. You're
right.
not really saying anything that's related to us.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate when a person allows themselves to be, I wouldn't always say it's vulnerable, but just affected. Sometimes you just have to let yourself feel something, because a lot of us are walking around here not feeling anything.
Because we're afraid.
Right, because we're afraid.
Yeah.
I've been there, I've done that, and so emotions are scary for a lot of us, especially if you don't understand what they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how can you have a healthy relationship with someone when you're in fear all the time? I've been there, I've done that.
That's true.
It's just like you can't trust a person. You can't believe what they're saying. You can't understand what they're saying.
Right.
It's high stress.
That's
But
the
part
norm
of
for
not
so many
trusting
people.
Right, and
someone
it's
is
the
not
norm for
trusting
so many
yourself.
people.
Yeah.
That should
Yeah,
not be the
that
norm
should
for
too.
us.
Yeah,
That
it
should
should be the
be,
norm.
you know, we should be able to communicate with each other. You meet someone, and you talk to them.
Right.
Yes.
And without the judgment and without the
It's free.
You
It's
say
easy.
this, so you
Yeah.
must be like this.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
why do we
yeah.
have to go back there all the time?
Yeah.
I'm not about. I mean, I could go back to the past in 15 minutes and give you the whole logistics of what happened,
Right.
but I don't have the emotional connection to the past anyway. So
Yeah.
it's a trauma thing. And I understand that, and I think I'm very grateful for that to a certain extent, because a lot of stuff I don't remember, but I know how it's affected me.
Yes.
Right.
Same.
So you have to be aware of what has changed you,
Yes.
and then what actually is going to help you go forward, and be open to that.
Yeah.
A lot of us are not open. We say we are.
See, I'm gonna piggyback off of that.
We want to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
But
We don't want to do the work. We don't want to do the work. It
That's what
sounds
it
good.
is.
It sounds
good.
good.
We say the words.
Yeah,
Right.
we want to do the
It
work.
looks good on
I'm
paper.
gonna do all this. I'm gonna do all
Yeah.
that. And this is what I got going on, and then you sit in a house for 5 days quiet,
Right.
not doing shit.
Right. No, that's real, and I'm gonna piggyback off of that because people have to realize everybody's not one-dimensional.
Yeah.
So if you
No.
tell me something that you were traumatized by before, I'm not going to use that as like, okay, this is who you are now.
Right.
Yeah.
We grow.
No, we
We
grow.
grow. We
change.
mature. You know what I'm saying?
And we heal.
So like that goes back to what y'all saying. Communication is big for healthy, and that goes back to what we were saying earlier. Compromising. Compromising is real big
Yes.
in a healthy relationship for me.
Right.
And you have to be open to it.
Yes.
Right.
You have to be open-minded.
Right.
Like we come from two different walks of life.
Yeah.
We both could have grew up in the projects.
Even if you grew up
And we've
Yeah,
been
yeah,
here
yeah.
on the earth for decades.
But
Right.
So
guess
you're not
what?
going to change this
Two
one
Two
here.
different experiences.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, my man down the hall could have lived there for 80 years, and
Right.
we lived here for 80 years. We still live two different lives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like people have to realize that and be open to it. So if you want to keep that healthy relationship going, you have to compromise, you have to communicate,
Yeah.
and I think just more of, I mean, to keep it simple, you have to think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Think, because a lot we don't
Common
think.
sense is not
Yeah,
common.
it's not.
Exactly.
Thank you.
That's what I was about to
Thank
get at.
you.
It's common sense. We don't really use that
Yeah.
because a lot of times
you have to take ownership.
But the
You
problem,
have to take ownership, but I think a lot of times it gets a
we're
little
using our
foggy.
emotional sense, not
Right.
our common
It
sense.
gets
Yeah.
foggy because
Right.
your heart,
Yeah.
emotions,
Yeah.
or
Emotions,
sometimes
your
it can be
emotions.
the
Yeah,
sex.
right. So you get dick
Yeah.
massage or
Yeah.
pussy
You know what I'm
massage.
saying?
Yes, exactly.
That's a real thing.
It really is.
Cool thing to think.
I know people. I'm like,
Look.
it's a real job.
All right. So what is it for you though?
Well, I agree. Communication, effective communication is key, right? But I think also having a certain level of understanding of self and of your partner, right?
That's true.
You have to understand not just the things that they have been through, but their thought processes, how they deal with anger and the small things.
Anger.
Right.
Right? So learning to understand your partner and really choosing to be mindful of all of
Right.
those things, I think
Mindfulness.
is, yes,
That's the key.
I think it's extremely important to have a healthy relationship. And then, sex,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
'Cause sex,
I'm
look,
into that. But yeah, that's
I mean,
that's-
it can be everything, and if the sex is whack, it's like, I mean,
You done.
you know,
We done.
I'm finished.
Finish.
I'm gonna go back to that, but yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna get back to that because
I think for me, like I said, I mean, obviously it makes sense for everybody. Communication is always the key. Sex is very, very important to me. It's crazy when you connect with someone and the sexual connection it's different lanes.
Right.
So your communication and the passion have nothing to do with the sex because the sex are always supposed to seal the deal for everything, in my opinion. I think it brings.
Wait, literally? We all was like,
That's what I said. In my opinion.
when you said that, I looked at her. We all went like,
My opinion.
okay,
My
your
opinion.
No
I'm on my own.
judgment, your
but this is a
opinion.
guy speaking,
This is
right?
a guy's
That's
opinion.
okay.
I think I would strive for more for that person, knowing that sexually they can compatible with me and
Right,
keep up
got
with
it.
me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I love what I love.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is sex is definitely what I love. And I think I've been in so many relationships that it hindered it because of how much of a big sexual appetite that I have.
Yeah.
Or it turns people off to something like they couldn't handle it, but they talked that they thought, and then they realize, well, damn, I'm really fucking with a dude. I had girls in my life that are in relationships that they looked at me, I was a sex addict, and it wasn't that. You know what I'm
That's not
saying?
necessarily what
I-
it is.
you know what I'm
Right, you
saying?
care about that person, you want to be like, yo,
Yeah.
But
if
that
I-
also goes back to communication.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I communicate
with
that,
because people be like, "Oh, how freaky are you?" That's a loaded question,
Man,
That is.
right? Because everybody has their
sick of
own
that
level of
question.
freaky. Like, what
Absolutely.
What
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
do you mean?
Because what's
Right.
freaky
I'm
to me
right.
might not be
Be
freaky
on
to
you.
you.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
What are we
what
doing?
exactly
I'm
do you
not-
consider
what's
freaky?
happening?
no, trust me, I'm not.
Right.
Like I said,
You have a safe word? Oh,
Right.
but the funny part, I'm not.
Emotions.
But hold on, but I'm not that extreme. All I'm saying is that I'm the type of guy like if we laying up
You have
and
a
watching
healthy
TV,
appetite.
I have a sexual appetite. So what I'm saying, if I'm in the living room, I'm gonna palm your ass.
Right.
I'm gonna go to bed and my ass is on. I'm grabbing your ass, or I'm cuddling, and oh yes, that's just me.
Yeah.
Those are my sexual appetites.
Yeah,
that's
right.
gonna give
And
me a
that's
build
okay.
up.
Right.
I agree.
Like,
So it says to be.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that you
But
know,
that's also, like you said, a matter of being compatible with that person.
Wow.
There's
Yeah.
some guys who I'm like, all right, hold me, whatever. But there's some guys who, I want to use some
And then some women want to
pacifier,
have sex
right?
all the
And
time, and
as
some
we
dudes
see-
like,
Use
no, I'm
somebody
tired.
as a pacifier. Yo. Yo.
So,
Shout out to 2020 because that's all
like, so what
2020.
does that mean?
you know what?
Baby girl,
I'm
baby
putting
girl,
my shit
use
on
me as a
timeout.
pacifier.
My shit on.
Use me as a pacifier. Baby
What does that
girl.
mean? Hold on. What does that mean? Hold on. Let me take notes. What does that mean?
Yeah, my conversation's on timeout because I want to know what the fuck is a pacifier mean.
No, I'm not getting into that.
What does that mean? Tell us
I mean,
more.
literally,
Everybody
like-
keep close. What is that? I'm taking my notes.
All right, speak it.
Like, you literally fall asleep with his dick in your mouth. Okay.
Oh, be ready.
Ooh, oh, 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 oh. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. You know my everything.